Good evening. Happy Sunday. It is a pleasure to be here with you. If we haven't met before, my name is Kaylin. I'm an ecstatic spirituality coach, and every Sunday I try to set aside a little time. I have a new puppy, so if you hear somebody squeaking in the background, that'll be her. Ava! Ava! Come here, come say hello to everyone. So this little puppy will be joining us for meditation. This is Miss Ava Simone. Hello. Yes, you're very sweet. Very sweet. All right, ready? Go get it. Go get it. I try to set this time for us to gather together, to do some spiritual work together, to turn our focus within, and hopefully evolve. Yes, she is quite cute, quite young. Each week I try to pick a theme, something that I think is relevant to me or the world or what's going on. I often draw on my own personal life. And so today is actually a very personal one. Today I am drawing on some feelings that I have. I had my feathers a little bit ruffled this week when something happened on YouTube that I've never done before. I spent several hours creating an edited YouTube video, posted it, very excited to share it with you all, thought I was being very brave, sharing some very personal, intimate things, and got trashed in the comments with people telling me I'm not spiritual enough. If these are the things that matter to me, then fuck you. Well, okay, that didn't feel very good. Long story short, I ended up taking down the video. I spent a few days thinking about it, reshot it, re-edited it, and actually just uploaded it about 35 minutes ago. So you can go check it out. But one of the things that really stuck with me was this comment of, if you are concerned with worldly things, then you are not spiritual. If you are concerned with changing your body, if you're concerned with fashion, if you're concerned with XYZ thing of the world, then you are somehow lacking. And I think that is a really big problem. Because one of the things I've come to really embrace about the spiritual path is that everything, and I mean everything, in your life is part of your spiritual growth. Your relationships, the puppy squeaking, hanging out and squeaking their toy in the back of a room, your fears, your shadows, your sexual desire, everything is spiritual. And what happens, and why this is such an important topic, is what's the difference between things and interesting question. We'll try to think on that. The dangerous things that happens is we start labeling parts of ourselves as good or bad when we do that. I am a big believer that there is nothing holy or sinful, positive or negative, good or bad. It just simply is. And so we're going to explore the reason why for that, and we're going to see if we can get a taste of that in today's meditation. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. Please get comfortable. You can sit on the floor like I'm doing, sit in a chair, lay down, do what you need to do to find ease. And we begin with the breath. Just noticing, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Where is your mind today? Where is your body? Where is your heart? And allow yourself to just soften. You could even say to yourself, soften, 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 over and over if that's helpful. And I invite you to feel like you're floating in a vast empty space, a place of total darkness, but not a darkness that's foreboding, but a comforting darkness. A space of potential, we might call it, a space where things have not yet come into being. One might call this space a primordial soup, a moment prior to a big bang of consciousness where all potentials exist, but nothing has taken physical form. And imagine what it is like to just dwell in a space where nothing exists, nothing matters, nothing has ever happened. All there is bliss. All you know is joy, bliss, pleasure, and your own awareness. This is the state of one half of the divine, typically described as the divine masculine, content and absorbed in and of itself in a state of ecstasy and awareness. But as this is a consciousness, as something that thinks, eventually the thought arises, what would it be like to live in a world where Planck were true? To live in a world where gravity exists, or where angels exist, or where moons are made out of cheese. Doesn't matter. And suddenly that thought starts to generate galaxies. It starts to spin worlds into existence, and you feel yourself getting pulled into that reality, pulled into that world, where suddenly you go from being the formless to the formed, where you go from having no rules, anything is possible, to being subject to the rules you created. Subject to gravity, subject to karma, subject to whatever laws you find where you're currently inhabiting. And what if part of you forgets that you are the creator of this world? And you think yourself merely an occupant. Because that's what we all are. At this moment, you are the creator of the universe you live in. You have just forgotten that, and you think you're just this solitary being here on this planet Earth, subject to the whims of things more powerful than yourself, but that's not true. You are the creator of this world. And such that you are also the creator of this particular life you're experiencing. Because you are everything that has ever lived or ever will live. You have just forgotten it. You are this puppy who's currently chewing on my rug. Oh, yes, so cute. Yes, you're so cute. Okay. And so when you chose this body, this life, this time, you chose it for the adventure. You chose it for the joy, for the life. Because nothing is ever truly negative or positive, it just is something to be experienced. Something that might be more tight and bound, or something that might be more expansive and flowing. Something more painful or something more joyful, but we just signed up to have these experiences. And so from that point of view, whatever you signed up to have, whatever you signed up to do is welcome. If you want to rob a bank, cool, go do it. You're going to have to follow the laws of the world you exist in, both government, karma, all that kind of good stuff. But you could do it. You could do anything you wanted because this is your exploration of the world. But after living in this world for some time, you start to realize that making choices that create better peace, create harmony, that foster love, tend to be more enjoyable choices. You tend to start to realize that some choices cause you more pain than they bring you pleasure, and since our divine nature is that of pleasure, we generally prefer that. But you begin to realize that every single thing you interact with, every choice you make, every person you come upon, every animal, because now my cat's with me, that graces your path, is part of your spiritual journey. And so quite literally, there is nothing in your world, nothing in your life that isn't part of your spiritual growth. And in fact, you could go as far to say that the world, the universe has conspired that everything it brings into your world, into your consciousness, into your sphere, is a lesson, is an opportunity, is something to help you evolve and learn what you need to learn as you move forward. And so there is no good nor bad, right nor wrong, holy or sinful, it just simply is. And you begin to see everything in the world as divinely inspired, and every part of you as divinely inspired. And so if you want to cut off all your hair and wear a toga, or you want to pierce your ears or get a boob job, cool. It's your perspective that makes it something spiritual or not. And when you start to see everything in life as divine, there's quite literally nowhere you can go and nothing you cannot do where God does not exist, where your higher self does not exist. Everything and everywhere is formed by God consciousness. From you to your neighbor, to the homeless beggar on the street, to the person on death row, to the animals, to the plants, to the rocks, everything is made out of divine consciousness. So therefore there is nothing that cannot be God. And so if you find somebody accusing you of living a less than spiritual life or making less than spiritual choices, perhaps their vision of spirituality is a little more condensed, confined. Maybe they don't realize their own magnificence and own divinity. And personally, as I had this experience this week of people telling me how unspiritual I was because of the last YouTube video I created, fuck them. Fuck them. With love. I will fuck them with love and compassion. Because all of life is God. Every part of you, even your most shameful, fearful, constricted parts, are still God. And there's nothing you could ever do to make yourself any less perfect or less holy than you are. You are starlight wrapped in skin. You are eternal. You have always been, you will always be. And everything is perfect right now. Everything you're going through, every frustration, every joy, every puppy tearing up a fig leaf in the background and squeaking your toys, it is all as it should be. And when you can see that, your life becomes an offering. Your life becomes a celebration of gratitude to realize, my God, what a magnificent existence I have been given. And I can play with the rules of this reality however I want. Because the more conscious, the more aware you are, the more choices you are given. And you can make this world into a heaven, as you could also make it into a hell. But it's all your perspective. So, sweetheart, there is nothing you can do that is not spiritual. There is no part of you that is anything less than the divine made into physical matter. All is well, all has been well, all will be well. So with that in mind, I invite us all to sit together in silence for a few moments, focusing on the gratitude of our life, embracing the sense that all of us is exactly as it should be, where it should be, how it should be. And life has arranged itself for you to thrive. Shivaya Gurave Shisha Samsara Harine Bhakta Karyeka Deyaya Namaste Chitsaratamne Om Sahana Vatu Sano Bonatu Sahaviryam Karavavaye Tejasvina Vadita Mastu Ma Vivishavaye Om Shanti 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 Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. As you follow your breath, remind yourself that you do not need to find perfection, you do not need to find the most full or open or joy-filled breath. That wherever you are, enlightenment exists. God exists. You exist. As you are, where you are. There's nothing to achieve, nowhere to go, nothing to be. It already is. You already are. So stop trying. Take a deep breath. And as you inhale, feel yourself expand and take up more space. As you exhale, relax. Become even bigger, even more full, even more complete. As you breathe out, release what you no longer need to carry. You are well. All is well. All has been well and all will be well. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your busy life to come sit with me today. I hope you found this useful. I hope these perspectives are things that are creating meaningful impact in your life and that you are finding creates positive, lasting change. I know for myself, my spirituality is the thing for which I am most grateful for. To have these teachings, to have these practices, to have this community with which to practice, is something for which I have tremendous gratitude and joy. And so I'm so honored and blessed to get to share this space and time with you. If ever you need anything, please know I'm here. You're always welcome to DM me. I try to reply to everybody. Shoot me an email. If you ever need to talk face-to-face, I always talk. I'm always happy to jump on a FaceTime call, and if ever you want to go deeper with this kind of work, I'm always available to do one-on-one coaching and guidance. Oh, you're very welcome. How's the surgery healing going? Healing's going good. I'm still in quite a bit of pain from time to time, but overall, I've been very impressed with, it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. When I had my eyes lasered to have my vision corrected, that was much worse. That was excruciating for a week. So, yeah, by comparison, this hasn't been too bad. Oh, you can't see it, but the cat and the dog are cuddling and making little cute experiences together. That's very fun to watch. What? So, I'm grateful for you all. Thank you so much for being part of my world. It is such an honor and privilege to serve you. Please let me know how things are going. And if you ever have a special request for a topic for meditation or an edited video, I'll be happy to. Can you be my Santa birthday present and test out the results? Well, I cannot have sex for 2 months or masturbate, so that's going to be an adventure. All right, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful night. I love how they came to enjoy the mellow vibes. Yes, we've got Puppy. Oh, and we got Kitty. I know they love each other. All right. Okay. Thank you guys. It's such a pleasure to be here with you. Hope you have a wonderful night. And yes, you can see before and after photos. Just head over to my Twitter or OnlyFans, and they are there.